Pete. How are you?
About your same age, Dave, and I'm electronically challenged also.
Well, thanks. You and I are a pair, brother.
So
we'll
don't
try to
feel
get
bad.
through this together. George will help us.
I'm IT today.
All right.
What's going on?
Here's my question, but I imagine it's too late to do much. I was coming back through Iowa right before Thanksgiving, and my Duramax pickup truck broke down. Went into a dealership. They put a part on it that was wrong. I end up spending the night in a hotel. I end up having to have someone come get me. I don't get it back until New Year's Eve. And as this whole thing went on, they said, we got to compensate you somehow. We got to compensate. I'm working with customer service for this company. And they want to give me $100. And I'm talking to them on my way to go get the pickup truck. And I said, something's got to be settled before I pick it up or you won't do a darn thing for me. They put parts on that I didn't need because the computer told them to. Any ideas what I can do, Dave? I'm not very happy.
Without your authorization? I mean, did you not you didn't have a discussion with them while the repair was going on?
Well, yeah, the computer said this is the part it needs. So I said, what, do I have a choice? And then, well, no, now it was this part the computer said it needed. And the computer was totally wrong. They called the engineers, and the engineers didn't know what was wrong with it. The technician found the part on his own. And I get a $6,800 repair bill before I can drive it out of there.
Whoa.
Yeah. I had called Ford and Dodge. I emailed them and asked if they wanted to trade me pickup trucks. I'd give them this one. We could do a commercial that Brand X had a pickup they didn't know how to fix.
Man, this is a bad situation. So you got 6,800 in repairs now.
The service department not only did not, I mean, you had no idea this bill was this high.
No. I knew the first $1,000 part. And then the parts that it took to finally fix it, they claimed was $3,000, which the service department, I can't really complain to them because they did what the company computer told them to do. You know, they plugged it into the computer as they do nowadays, and the computer was telling them what parts to put on.
But
and
then their own technician also figured out that that was not what was wrong with it, that it was other stuff.
He found out eventually it was other stuff when the engineers at the head company couldn't figure it out. They threw their arms up.
Okay, so why are they trying to charge you for parts it did not need to require the repair then? They should just take those back off.
I had to pay the bill before I could drive it out of there.
Oh, so you've already paid the bill?
Yeah, I went to get it New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Okay.
They had it 5 weeks.
Yeah. I guess what I'm doing is I'm having a discussion with Dodge, and I'm having a discussion with the general manager of the dealership by phone.
It wasn't a Dodge truck.
Huh?
It wasn't
Chevy?
a Dodge. Well, I don't want to say.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah.
What is it?
You can guess. It was a Chevy.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm sorry. You said Duramax. So talk to Chevy.
Yeah.
I mean, General Motors has good regional people to deal with complete screw-ups like this.
I worked with a lady in customer service the whole time. We talked every week.
Yeah, this is beyond her, though. This is over her pay grade because they're going to need to write you a check. So somebody's going to write me a check for about half of this bill and refund, but it was not needed because I can put the tech on the stand in court, and the tech will tell me what it took to fix the car, and that they've overcharged me $3,000 worth of parts that weren't needed to fix the car, and then they're going to lose the case. And by the way, General Motors, nor does this dealer want to be in court over overcharging the consumer for this. They just messed up. Now, what they need to do is make it right.
The dealership, I got no problem with them. I think they went above and beyond for me. They did.
I got a problem with you. They charged you $6,800 for a repair that should have cost $3,000.
But the computer told them what
I don't
to do,
give a crap who told them to do it. The end result is they screwed you.
It's their responsibility.
And they knew it was happening.
And I'm talking to
computers don't run this place. People run the place. We tell the computers what to do. That's how life works. So, no, yeah. I think the general manager and you need to have a conversation. You and Chevy Regional, not customer service, need to have a conversation. And somebody needs to talk about, okay, the computer program, the diagnostics are screwed up, and based on your computer program being screwed up at the manufacturer's level, Chevy's level, then you need to, you guys did a wrong repair and you overcharged me and you need to refund me for that. And I don't care if Chevy writes the check or the dealership writes the check. I suspect it'll be Chevy because they'll probably cover for the dealer because the dealer was doing what Chevy told them to do. So that's, I guess, is how it'll go down. But I got to tell you, man, truthfully, I'll be shocked if you don't get some resolution if you lean in on it. And just make it a very simple thing. The repair should have been around $3,000 based on what the tech finally found out. The tech and the service bay were misled by a faulty computer by a faulty computer diagnosis. That's your all's fault. It's not mine. I'm the consumer, and you need to make this right.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to write me a check back. I shouldn't be charged for these parts that were not needed for the repair. That's not right. And if you guys don't make it right, then we can make it right by talking about it on the internet and put it in, go into court. It's all going to be messy. It's going to be a lot messier than $6,000 for you. And then I'm going to have to sue you for like $1 million because I'm pissed. And, all this, I don't want to do all that. And it's just not worth it. It's just, you guys because it's Chevy and you guys do the right thing. Because I got to tell you what, generally speaking, our working with people that have had problems over the years, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Nissan, they do a good job of doing the right thing at the corporate level on this type of situation. They really, we don't run into them just messing people over. They just don't. Number one, they build a good product, and number two, this doesn't happen that much, and so they've been making customers happy a long time.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to stand up for yourself financially, advocate for yourself, be a little bit bad cop. I don't care. They're not your friends. I don't care how nice they were. Yeah. This is $3,000 that they stole from you.
And I don't even care whose fault it is. It wasn't mine. It's one of you guys over here. One of you people messing with my truck. I don't know who it was. Some of y'all screwed up. And then you overcharged me.
Just send Dave over there.
And held me hostage.
Yeah. I'm going to hire a new service where Dave Ramsey fights it. That would be fun.
That'll be expensive.
Yeah, you're right. We can't afford that. I'll do it.
Brought to you by the $EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I'm reaching out today. I feel like I'm a Ramsey kid growing up. Your theme song has been like a jingle in the household through the last 26 years of my life. I'm reaching out today and kind of nervous, not sure kind of what to do at this point. We make just under $100,000 a year, my husband and I, and he is getting ready to hopefully go back to school here in a couple weeks. Just kind of waiting on that official acceptance, and we will be losing about 60% of our income. And we were running numbers last night, sitting down, trying to evaluate things, and I'm just not sure what we do with such a large reduction in our income based on what we kind of saw with our expenses.
Are you guys able to cover the basics on 60% or on 40% of your income?
Barely. We do have 2 kids, so we are bearing the price of childcare times 2. On the positive side, he's old enough now, he's in his early 30s, where he's going to be going to school on Pell Grants and scholarships, so we don't have to necessarily work on like cash flow in his education. But I'm just kind of concerned with how we're going to structure like our living expenses.
How long will he be in school for?
Roughly 8 to 13 months. And it's a full, roughly 7 days a week, 9 to 5. They said don't plan on working during the program because it is such a vigorous course.
Well, that means there's childcare is no help at all.
Exactly.
Okay, so childcare stays there, and you're making $40K, and you can live on that, or not. If the answer is not, you can't do it. Well,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I don't think, and we've looked at a couple different options. My parents are getting ready to retire, but I don't really want them spending their whole retirement watching their grandkids 5 days a week.
Well, the 8 to 10 months is not their whole retirement.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to do it, that's another thing. I mean, they may not want to do it. It may not be an option, but I mean, what's he going to study?
Electrical lineman. So he wants to do high power voltage.
Okay. And so he's making 60 now. He'll come out making 80. day one.
Yeah, I think they said apprentices start roughly 45 to 50 an hour flat rate, not including any overtime, so the income.
And his apprenticeship is like only a couple of years, and then he'll be making serious money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going to travel with it?
No, I think he plans to stay local. We bought our house in 2020 for fairly cheap at a super low interest rate, so we're not really willing to give that up right now.
Okay. Because, if he's traveling, it's a whole different world even. In that world, as you know. Okay. Well, here's the thing. It feels like the way you're describing this, that you first decided for him to do this, and then tried to figure out if you could afford it, rather than the other way around. Like you should have figured out if you could afford it before he decided to do it. Because his primary job is to not become a high wire guy. His primary job is to feed his family.
Yep.
And if he can't do that, then he can't do this.
Yep, and he's talked about picking up like a part-time job or working with his current employer to see if he can work odd-end hours to kind of fill those gaps.
But they said not to do that.
Yeah, they didn't recommend it until they kind of get into like the core of the program. So, and he's been working towards this roughly about 6 years. He's paid off roughly $7,000 in debt because currently we've done step one. We've been working on step two, but as soon as he started to get the beginning of the acceptance, it's just we kind of froze step two for a minute to say, okay.
How much did you guys have left, Emily?
For our debt?
Yeah.
Not including our mortgage, about $35,000.
Okay.
On what?
Student loans, a vehicle, and then we put a new roof on our house after we purchased it.
How much do you owe on the vehicle?
I want to say roughly $5,000.
Okay.
Is there a way for him to delay this like a year, and you guys get in a position where you pay off debt, you can get savings or like any level of traction?
If you had no debt and had your emergency fund fully funded, you could probably see your way through this a lot more, to Rachel's point.
Yeah, and that's something he's considered. I just know the program he's currently in. He's, put it off and talked about it, and he's applied. And
so what? None of that really matters if you have hungry children. When?
Yeah. So, and
he put it off. It's tough.
Our income is the scary
This is
part.
grown-up land.
Yeah.
You got to do what you have to do to feed your family first, and then you do this. So you'd be in a much better condition if you said, I'm going to intentionally spend this next year getting our crap together so that when I do this, it doesn't put my family in jeopardy. Because you're really saying you can't figure out how you're doing this. You keep saying we're barely going to make it, but what you're really saying is we can't make it.
Okay.
Aren't you?
Well, looking at the numbers, I think it's slightly doable, but it's then again getting out of our comfort zone of our current lifestyle and getting into that new lifestyle. And I'm just concerned.
Well, I can handle you. I mean, you can give up your comfort zone. That's what, that's nothing. It's not comfort zone I'm concerned about. It's food.
Yeah. And, the necessities will be met. That's our biggest thing. I'm just worried about, any additional expenses or things that come up.
How much is your house payment?
$1,000.
And your take-home pay is $3,300.
Yes.
And you're going to run the rest of this household on $2,300 a month, including $35,000 worth of debt. Bull.
That's
bull
yeah.
crap.
That's what we're. Yeah, the numbers aren't crunching. And
no, they're not crunching at all.
Yeah. So
they're crunching, but it's not a good sound of crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would wait, Emily.
Listen,
honestly,
I'm not a dream killer, but I love killing nightmares.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to kill his dream, but if his dream puts his whole family, you call me back 8 months from now, he went, but we're in foreclosure. I'm not going to sign you up for that and have my stamp of approval. I want him to go do this. Mm-hmm. But I want him to do it in such a way that he doesn't put all of you guys in jeopardy, and he doesn't want to put you guys in jeopardy. But you guys have not thought this through until last night.
Yep. So we've been, looking at stuff, and I've pretty much run our budget. I mean, he's not a spender.
It's not the question.
I'm just looking at
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm saying you guys together have not thought this through until last night. And you have to. Stephen Covey says one of the 7 habits of highly effective people is they begin with the end in mind. And last night you did that for the first time on this, and it took your breath away, and that's why you called.
Yeah, because I just wasn't sure on what to do. And
so here's what I'm going to tell you. If I were in your shoes, here's what I would do. My first choice would be for him to wait a year. Rachel's suggestion is excellent. And if it takes 18 months or if it puts the whole thing in jeopardy, so be it. I'll call that God. And so God put it in jeopardy because God says don't do things where you can't feed your own family. Those that don't take care of their own household first are worse than an unbeliever. Bible, okay? So we're going to call it that. Now, But I am convinced that if he can get in there this round, he can probably get in another round. So that's choice 1. Choice 2 is you guys look around there and figure out how we're going to increase our income above your base, and mom and dad are going to commit to keep the kids and drop your daycare bill because your daycare bill is probably, $2,000 a month?
Yeah.
Honey, your daycare in your house and you don't have any money left for food. I just did that.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at childcare alternatives and reaching out and trying to find lower
Wait a minute, is your childcare $2,000 a month?
Yeah.
Plus $1,000. $3,000.
Yeah.
Your take home's $3,300. Your budget's not tight. It's impossible. You cannot go forward unless you adjust something. It's fantasy. Okay? You don't have any. Yeah, that's just ding ding. So adjust the childcare, sell a car. Take 6 jobs. He works on the side even though he's not supposed to.
And for 8 months, you grind it out like that?
And for 8 months, and you pay a price for him to get to be this? I'm okay with paying a price to win, but I'm not okay paying a price knowing I'm going to lose. That's a bad idea.
It's one life event away from, to your point, foreclosure, a car being repoed,
they can't even
all
make
of
it. It's 1 month away.
Well, yes.
You can't even get to the food budget here. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hi, I just needed to get some advice. I did the ultimate no-no. I bought a house with somebody I wasn't married to. After about a year of having the house, I needed to move out due to some circumstances when we broke up. And now the house is going to go into foreclosure, and I'm just trying to figure out what are my options here, what to do. I've also accumulated about $25,000 in debt due to these circumstances and trying to figure out how I can get out of this.
$25,000 in debt to who?
Credit cards, loans.
Personal loans?
Well, it wasn't I guess you can call it a personal loan. It was a water softener bill for the house.
That's the circumstances?
That's one of the loans that's part of my debt now.
Well, what happened? Are you on the mortgage?
Yes, I'm on the mortgage. We're both on the mortgage.
And you're both on the deed?
And we're both on the deed. He's still in the house. I moved out.
You moved out and he decided to stop paying?
Yes.
But you've been paying?
Well, yeah, we were paying before. When I moved out, he was paying, and then now he decided to stop paying. And
it's already in foreclosure, or it is in the process of getting there?
It's in the process of getting there. We're 4 months behind. We have been trying to sell the home, but have been unsuccessful with that.
Unsuccessful in that no one's even looking at it, or you've had showings and they're giving you feedback that you can process?
We had showings, but no real interest in the house. And it's a brand new house.
Are you working with a real estate pro?
Yes.
And what is their logic for why nothing's moving here? Is it priced too high?
It was. They feel like it was priced too high, but because there was a new community being built in the area, that was kind of affecting us as well, because they were able to bring their prices down, give lower interest rates, and that sort of thing.
Have you lowered your price?
Yes, as far as we can go. We're now in the process of asking the mortgage company for a short sale to see if that's even possible.
Do they know that you have the place listed and you're trying to sell it before the foreclosure goes through?
They do. Yes, they do know.
Okay. I mean, that's going to be your best bet, is just trying to sell this thing ASAP, even if you have to lower the price instead of going through a short sale or, worst case, that foreclosure.
But even if we lower the price, the bank has to approve us going below what we owe on the house.
Because what do you guys owe on the mortgage?
$465.
And when you moved out, he obviously could not pay that mortgage on his own. Was that the case?
I'm assuming no. Yes, I don't know. He paid it for 6 months, so.
Okay, he was floating it and then could no longer float it. What's the communication like with your ex right now?
Hey, George here in the control booth, and I bet you're wondering what they're going to say next. Get out of debt, sell the horse, yada, yada, yada. The advice may be predictable, but the internet is anything but. You see, your personal info is out there, up for grabs by shady companies ready to add more scam and spam to your life. And that's why I use Delete Me. Delete Me will scrub your data from all of these sites so that you can focus on The Ramsey Show instead of who's buying and selling your info. And Ramsey fans get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey or by using the link in the description below. So go take control of your privacy as soon as this call is over.
What's the communication like with your ex right now?
We don't communicate unless it has something to do with the home.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, and just one more clarification question. You've been paying your half of it? Is that how you guys have been doing this, splitting the payments, and you've been making your payment?
No, I don't pay anything towards the mortgage. I moved out. I had to find another place to stay, so I'm paying where I have to live.
Okay, but your name is on the. Okay, you understand why I asked that?
Because you have a legal obligation.
You are legally obliged to pay that, whether you've moved out or not. So, wow.
I don't see a way out of this.
I don't
unless
either.
You guys can find a way to sell it before it forecloses.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that you can or want to float the payments to help get out of this, or have the ability to.
No, I don't have the ability to.
What are you making right now? What's your income?
About $112.
And where's all that money going? That's a good income.
To my expenses.
What's your rent?
$2,400.
Okay. And what else? Because you're bringing home probably what, $8,000?
No, probably about $6,000.
Okay.
I mean, well, after tax. I guess you're saying after taxes. After tax is about $6,000.
Okay. Are you doing any investing right now?
Yes. I mean, I invest in, my 401k and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to pause all of that. You need to act like everything is on fire, and you need to work on getting out of this house mess and paying off your debt. So we're not saving, right? Do you have any savings?
Yeah, I have some in savings.
How much?
I have about $4,000 in savings.
$4,000. And what's owed to get current on the mortgage?
About $12,000.
Okay, and he doesn't have anything saved?
I would assume not. I can't say for sure.
I would do some homework and find out where you're at in the foreclosure process and find out how much time you have to at least try to get current on payments so that you can get out of the foreclosure process and have time to then sell.
Okay.
And that might mean you both put some skin in the game and go, all right, I'm going to put in $3,000 a month and we're going to get caught up on these payments. Which means you need to get rid of all of the expenses in your life. Anything that isn't food, utility, shelter, transportation must go right now, including investing.
Okay. Well, do you, I have these credit cards that have like high interest rates. Do you suggest taking a loan from the 401k?
No.
And paying it off?
No more debt. If it has the word loan in it, if it has the word consolidation or relief or settlement, run far away. Your income is the solution here.
Which means you need more income. You may need to get a second job, a third job for a short amount of time. You got to get these house payments current so that, again, to George's point, you have time to sell this house. You don't want to go through foreclosure.
Can he get a temporary roommate, a friend of his, to live in the house too and pay rent to help get above water?
What I don't know. That's what I mean. Like I said, we don't have communication. I was suggest that's what he do.
You're going to need to start communicating. You guys entered quite the partnership here to then just flee the coop.
I get that you guys don't love each other and you don't like each other, but you need each other right now, and that really is awful. I get it, but you guys have got to partner up on this thing to get out of this deal.
You're on the hook for $465,000.
Yeah, I know.
And this could wreck your financial life.
This
if you
is
go
where
through this
I wish we
foreclosure.
could get him on the phone. I think Ramsey Show needs to go to the next level and get this dude on the phone, and we mediate this deal. The two of them.
Oh my goodness,
that could be
a new
that's
show.
the show that people need to see. I'm telling you, we could help. You guys need to be adults and sit down and figure this out. There's no more blame.
I agree.
There's no more blame here. There's no more you did this, you said this. This is we're idiots because we did this, and we've got to figure this out. And then we learn and we lick our wounds and we move on from each other. But this is going to make this breakup 10x worse. Am I right, George?
Yeah.
Play this out.
Well, there's just you're kind of stuck right now until you guys figure out the next move. And there's sort of the ABC. The best option is to sell it for the most you can get for it, and then you're probably going to lose money on this deal, I assume. No one's walking away with cash at the end of this.
Exactly. We accepted that.
I'm afraid that this guy, he's just mailed it in at this point. He's given up, and he's just going to let everything just burn down.
Is he gainfully employed?
As far as I know of, yes.
How would she know? They don't talk.
I think you need to have a come to Jesus meeting and say, I got to know everything about what's going on in your life, and you're going to know everything that's going on in my life until this is all over. But we need to make a game plan.
Yes. Okay.
I'm so sorry you're going through this,
Janelle.
Janelle. You can talk to a real estate attorney and dig into that, but that's going to cost you too. But I really hope this doesn't end in foreclosure. And you have an amazing income. Use that to your advantage to catch up and get out of this thing with as little damage as possible.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Dale is with us in Orlando. Hi, Dale. What is your net worth?
A little over $3 million.
Good for you. And how is that broken down, the investment in that, sir?
Looks like about 1.6 is in financial managed financial investments.
Mm-hmm.
I got about $450,000 in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I got annuities around $256,000. Life insurance about $160,000.
Mm-hmm.
I got a settlement coming due from an accident. I was told to be around $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I got about $160,000 in cash.
Good for you. Well done. How old are you?
I'm 69.
Good for you. And how much of the $3 million is there because you inherited it?
0.
Okay. And what was the range of your household income while you were working, from the most you ever made to the least you ever made?
Most, at least I ever made was a shoe shine boy, so I got 10 cents for shoes, and depends on how many people want shoe shines. Up to, in my teens, I was making about, I'd probably say about $9,000 or $10,000 a year. And my highest was in the high 40s. And that was in the military.
Mm-hmm. How long were you in the military?
14 years.
Okay. And you said the most you ever made was in the 40s?
Yes, sir.
Not your age 40s, but $40,000 a year.
I was around 40. I think the highest I ever made was 48. I think one year I made 51.
Were you married?
Yes, sir.
And did she work outside the home?
No, sir.
Okay. So you did all of this on $48,000 a year?
That, that and just investing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've invested very, very aggressively for a long period of time to get to these numbers. Very well done. Very well done. So
good years and bad.
Yeah. So you how many years did you serve in the military again?
A little over 14.
And which branch?
Got injured. I was in multiple services, the Army and Navy.
Okay. Thank you for your service. Okay. Was that your main career in your working lifetime, military, or did you have a different career that was your main career?
I was in college and I got drafted. And getting out on draft, they needed, where I was at, they needed pilots, helicopter pilots bad. And they offered it to me and I accepted, done an inter-service transfer, and stayed with them until I got disabled.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So that I didn't mention that. That's part of my income, disability from military.
Gotcha. And what was your degree in college?
If I can say it again. It was political science. I changed it over when I entered the military to aeronautical science.
Okay. All right. Good. And what was your GPA?
About not as good as I'd like. Around 2.8, 2.9.
Okay. And how much of this $3 million net worth is there because you borrowed money to create wealth?
0.
Okay. Wow. All right. And what advice would you give to the 25-year-old version of you that is listening out there? Can this still be done? And if you think it can, how would you tell them to do it?
Just do a lot of research. If you can't do it yourself, find the best people that can do it for you. Okay.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, sir, and congratulations, a $3 million net worth. We appreciate you being with us. Well done.
Today's question comes from Ruth in Virginia. My debit card has had fraud 2 times in a 2-week period. It's time-consuming to change all the auto payments and to get a new card. Some people say that credit cards are harder for thieves to do fraud than on a debit card. What is your experience and opinion with this? Is there any truth to that theory? Also, some people recommend using a credit card for all purchases and paying it off at the end of the month. I know that you advise against doing that method. Can you shed some light onto why this is an unwise method? Happy to. I love that you called it a theory because that's honestly what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. You asked for my opinion and my experience. I have never, ever had problems with using a debit card, and I have experienced much fraud. There's been plenty of times where I saw the transactions from Best Buy popping up on my screen as it was happening around Christmas time. And I just called the bank and I said, someone's got my information. This is a fraudulent purchase. I mean, lickety split, the money was back in my account. And you can look, and I was just talking with Dave about this. I think a lot of people get hung up because if you look at some of these acts, the Electronic Funds Transfer Act, and some of these things, it'll say there's some slight differences, but at the end of the day, the actual contract on your MasterCard, right, on that trumps that. And it's zero liability. It's the same.
If you look up MasterCard and Visa and look at the actual agreement online, it says for debit cards and credit cards, you have the exact same fraud protection. You have zero liability.
Zero.
Now, if your debit card in a 2-week period you had fraud 2 times, your credit card would have had fraud 2 times.
Right.
Because wherever you're using that thing is being picked up somewhere.
It just means somebody has your information.
Yeah.
Now,
and if they get your credit card information, you're going to have to change your credit card. Mm-hmm. Same thing. You're going to get the same phone call from the same bank, and they're going to say, we have activity that does not look like it is your normal activity, and we're going to stop all charges until we verify this. You get that from debit cards, you get that from credit cards. With my bank, it's an automated thing. They call up, and I have to push one, and then I have to push about 3 things. And I verify that. So, I was down in Mexico at Cabo a few weeks ago, and they're like, what are you doing in Mexico? You're a hillbilly. And I'm like, so they, weird charge. And I'm like, no, not weird charge. It was me. I'm here. And so, but the algorithms follow the pattern of the purchases for a debit card or a credit card. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. In either case, credit card or debit card, you are not liable for a transaction that was not yours if you have a Visa or a MasterCard product. Mm-hmm. That is their agreement with you, period. So in either case, if Best Buy or, I don't know, whatever place in Taco Bar, Mexico, right, is showing up, that means somebody got your number and it wasn't you. In this case, it was me. In your case, it wasn't you. But if they let that money go, The bank lets that money go out of your account if it's a debit card or just against your credit card. They can't get it back. They lose money.
That's right.
So, and they lose the exact same money on a credit card fraud as they lose on a debit card fraud. And so they run the same theft and fraud algorithms to track to see if you're doing. It's no different. It's no different. So if you don't like having to change everything and get a new card with all your auto payments with a debit card, you're going to have the exact same thing happen with your credit card. It has nothing to do with debit or credit. It has to do with where you're using the stupid thing.
Right.
You're running somewhere where somebody's picking the thing up. And you need to look at somewhere you're going where somebody's got a fraud reader or something, a card reader that's stuck in the thing. And
or your passwords suck.
Something.
Somebody's getting your information. I know some of the guys around here, they like privacy.com because you can buy things online and you can basically use a incognito card, so they're never seeing your information. So that's an option for people who are looking. But I like and I kind of want to address, Dave, the second part of this question, which is saying some people recommend, and this is the thing that everybody is doing, and since everybody's doing it, don't do it, which is I put all of my purchases for the month on my credit card just to make it easy, Dave, so I don't have to think about it. I just go to the store, swipe it, and then at the end of the month, I can just pay it off when my check comes in.
I put all my purchases on my debit card and it comes out of my checking account. What's the difference?
Well, one day...
Oh, I just used my money, that's all.
You got to have a brain.
And at the end of the month, you're going to use your money to pay it off.
Yeah.
That's dumber than a rock.
You just have to have your brain turned on.
That's absolutely dumber than a rock.
You don't want to have your brain turned on. You want to just be able to swipe it and not think about it.
I don't want to think about my money, and I want to have some.
But yet
this
magically,
is oxymoronic.
Yet magically, you'll have just enough from your paycheck to pay it off. We know that's wrong.
Let me help you with this.
We know that's not the case.
People who don't think about money don't have any. That's how this works.
$1 trillion, Dave, of credit card debt. That's what we're at.
Yeah, we're new record. New record in card debt too.
And the default rate is sky high.
You know what? Me and you, we got a long career ahead of us.
We sure do.
Brought to you by Xander Insurance. Identity theft protection isn't a luxury in today's world. It's a necessity. Get yours at Xander.com.
I've been with my boyfriend I've been with a man for 4 years now. He's 17 years older than I am, and it's been quite emotionally abusive, and I'm trying to leave. But I have $23,000 in debt. I only really count $6,000 of debt because 17 of it is car, which I feel like y'all are going to tell me to get rid of it, but I don't want to. I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate paying off this $6,000 because it's affecting me from getting a place of my own right now. And I have a bonus from work coming up, and I'm just I don't know how to navigate.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
And how much money do you make, honey?
I make $2,400 a month.
Doing what?
I work for a very, very large health insurance company as a customer advocate.
And so you work 40 hours?
Yes.
Do you have any kind of education or training?
No.
Okay, well,
you're a high school graduate?
Yes.
No college?
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to jump in quick because there's some money stuff that Dave's going to get to, but I want to tell you one of the strategies here you've got to be thinking about quickly is raising your income.
Yeah.
How do you take the skill set that you have? You're at a big-time healthcare company, so you're in the building. How can you move up within the building? What skill sets can you add without going to college? What other types of work can you do to where we can get that income up by a minimum of, I want to say 25 to 50% is your goal. You need more income. You just don't have much to work with.
You're making $15 an hour.
It's not good.
And, the going rate's 20 at Target.
Well, I technically make $19.75 before taxes.
Okay, so the $2,400's take home. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I live 2 hours from Dallas, so it's pretty good for here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where's your family, hon? These days, it's not if your identity gets stolen, it's when. So you need ID theft protection from Xandr. They monitor your personal info proactively and alert you of any suspicious activity, including home title fraud. Then Xandr takes care of everything, including up to $2 million of stolen funds protection and white glove service to help you get your life back. Plus, kids are covered for free on their family plan. Call 800-356-4282 or go to Xandr.com. Where's your family, hon?
My dad lives in a motel about an hour away, and my mom lives in Missouri, and she lives off the government, so she's not very...
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you plugged into a church there in your community?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want you to go sit down with a pastor in the next 3 days and ask them for some help to get you out of there.
Okay.
And that's not to pay off your debt. I think we need to do two things. You may need to move to a more metro area where you can get a better job. But you can't stay there. You can't stay there another 2 weeks. I want you out of that house.
Okay.
Okay. You stop. Whoa. You didn't hear me. You just drove right past that, and I saw you. I saw your brake lights as you went around the corner.
Yep.
Okay. I'm telling you, you've been putting this off, and you know the situation that you're in is evil and wrong, and you need to leave. Do you hear me, daughter?
Yes.
Get out of there now. And don't talk to me about, I'm going to trade my safety and my mental health for a freaking car. Get in the car and drive to Dallas and get a job. Get in the car and talk to your pastor this week and get some help to get out of this situation, because he has stolen your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Almost like I've done this before, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Your dad's in a hotel. Your mom's on government, so you got nobody in your corner that's telling you you're a champion. And I'm telling you, you're a champion, and you deserve better than you're getting.
Okay.
Okay? You've never seen anybody in your family win, and you're going to be the first one that goes and wins. You're going to go do something, okay? I want to hear a hero story about you, from you, 6 months from today, that you're making $25, $30 an hour, you're standing alone with your shoulders square and your chest stuck out with pride, and the debt is gone, and you're getting control of your life, okay?
Okay.
You can't sit in this cesspool anymore. You're sitting in sewage. Do you smell it?
Yeah.
I smell it from over here.
Yeah.
You don't need this guy to win. You don't need him. And he's become this weird support system for you that he's abused and manipulated. And so you got to make a clean break. I'm with Dave. Clean break.
Yeah. Go see a pastor in the neighborhood right now, and a loving pastor at a good church in your neighborhood will take care of you, honey. And they'll get you set up and get you out of there, and then help you get the next steps into a better position, making more money. I want you working more than 40 hours, and I want you making $25, $30 an hour, and you can clean up this mess, and you can create a sustainable life, stand alone, on your own. You are a warrior princess. And it's time you act like it. It's time you go be the champion God designed you to be right now. And this has got to change, kid. And it's not going to change until you change it. And it's not going to change until you believe what I'm telling you is to be true, that you are worth being treated well. You're worth it. And so you need to go get yourself in a position where everyone that looks at you says, this woman demands that I treat her well. She's a warrior princess, and she won't tolerate anything else. And that's who you're becoming as I speak right now. That's who you're becoming. And you've got to go do that. And you got to go do it now. You hang on. Christian will pick up, and we'll find out the little town that you're in and see if we've got some connections there with some local pastors, and we'll help you get connected with one of them and get some people in your corner that aren't the kind that you currently have in your corner. You need a different crew, kiddo. Wow, what a mess. Open phones here at 888-825-5225. Ken, it is hokey as it can be, but this idea of what you believe matters more than the actual reality.
Yeah.
Because you end up creating your reality is what you believe.
Yeah.
And if you believe that you're not worthy, then all of a sudden you're not worthy.
Yeah.
When you start to believe you're worthy, then you become worthy.
Yeah. Thoughts are very powerful, and our brain goes and finds evidence to give truth to these thoughts. So changing your mind is a huge part of changing your life. You hate to see this out of destruction. Our parents and that poor girl, you just got to believe that she's worth it.
Yeah, amen. The best ID theft protection is from Xandr. They not only monitor, they help you get your life back. Go to Xandr.com to learn more. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I've grown up listening to you. My mom, every day when she'd pick me up from school, she'd pick me and my brother up, and we'd be listening to you. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to her and a shout out to you.
That's fun. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. So you're like 10 years old or something listening. Okay. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I was a child listening to you. I grew up listening to you.
Wow. How can we help today, sir?
So my question was with everything going on within the market and everything like that, how is it that you're supposed to grow wealth throughout everything with the stock market supposedly crashing, everything like that? Got my cat jumping on me, sorry.
Okay. So you remember that part where you were listening to me before?
Yeah.
And if you might have been too young to hear it, okay? But
probably
this is not the first time the stock market has gone down.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to indicate that this is a crash. Nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
Nothing. The U.S. economy is not imploding and falling in. Not even close.
Got you.
Stock market's having a bit of a temper tantrum over tariffs because they're trying. The stock market does not like an unpredictable environment, and this is unpredictable as crud right now because people don't know what's going to happen exactly. Because I think Trump makes it up every morning, so who knows what he's going to do next, right? And so,
yeah.
And he kind of likes it that way. He's messing with the stock market and he's messing with these countries beyond belief. No question about it. It's almost entertaining to watch, but it's not a crash, Preston. You understand that, right?
No, I got you.
Okay. So in 2023, you were 24 years old.
Yeah.
The S&P went up 23% or 26%. In 2024, last year, it went up 23%. So the stock market has gone up 50+% in 2 years. In the last 7 days, it's down 6 or 8%. Not exactly a crisis, dude. Mathematically.
I got you.
Mathematically.
No.
So what you can't do is you can't listen to the news to give you input for investing decisions because the news is full of drama queens. Their job is to make your heart rate change, your eyes dilate, and sweat to appear in your palms. That's their job. Then you get addicted to the fear porn that they peddle, and then they peddle more fear porn. That's why 73 apps go off when a tornado is 60 miles away. That's fear porn. A tornado that's 60 miles away is not going to hit you. But your app is going off and waking you up in the middle of the night, and your heart rate spikes, adrenaline is released in your body, and you're in freak out mode. And that's the exact same crap that's happening right now in the stock market. It's false evidence appearing real. It's not real. And so you're fine. And let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm scratching around for some extra money to throw it in right now because I think the stock market's on sale. I think it's a great time to buy. How's that sound?
No, I got you. I was just wondering.
Here's 2 quotes for you, Preston. Etch these in your brain. Number 1, when in doubt, zoom out. When you zoom out, go look at the 5-year, 10-year, all-time track record of the S&P 500, and you'll go, ooh, up and to the right, with a few little dips in there. Oh, yeah, let's zoom in. It's a crash. No, just a little dip. We'll be all right. It's a bump in the road. And the other one is this: time in the market beats timing the market. And so what you're saying is now the time to sell? I don't know. I don't want to lose money. You didn't lose money. You have the same exact amount of shares that you had before. The value is temporarily taking a dip. It will come back. And a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, we'll be back to all-time highs, and the news will not be covering it because that doesn't get clicks and views.
So for you, those of you listening out there, I've got one particular account that I've got sitting up waiting to buy some real estate with, and I've got about $5 million in an S&P, and it's actually about just right at $5 million. And so I clicked on it just to see what this did to it, and I think it's down like $200,000, something like that. Okay, so which is a lot of money, but you've lost $200,000. I haven't lost anything. I didn't sell. If you sell, you take the loss.
You lock it in.
I didn't lose anything. I'm just sitting here watching with great amusement the roller coaster ride, and I'm going to try to throw some in while it's down, and because it's going to ride up as soon as some of this bizarre crap clears the air. And I don't know whether that's a month or 6 months. And I don't really care because I don't have to do anything with that money. I'm just going to let it sit there and ride it out. Ride it out.
You're not desperate.
Wave up, wave down, wave up. And you don't lose anything until you sell. It's just it's a paper loss. I mean, it's a chart is all it is right now. And that same account, by the way, has gone up freaking 23 and 26% in the last 2 years. Now, that's not normal up either. It shouldn't be that much. Your average on the S&P since it began is 11.8. And so that's about what the stock market has averaged since it began. And so, 11, 12, somewhere in there is the average annual rate of return. So 23 and 26 aren't normal. Those are unusually like double of normal, like twice as good as normal.
And so, back to back.
But did you hear anyone when you had 2 consecutive years twice as good as normal? Did you hear a single person on Fox News or CNN go, "Look how great the market is! Wow!" Not one. Not a one. But are they all screaming and like there's blood in the streets and there's a crisis and the entire U.S. economy has collapsed and we're going to have an upheaval and a revolution or something? Good Lord, you would think that these people, but nope. So I'll get to be on there again tonight. I'll be on one of them tonight. Tell them, everybody calm down. Calm your butt down. Calm your butt down. What'd you say that was? Zoom in, zoom out? I might try
when in doubt, zoom out.
I'll try to quote
that. I didn't come up with it, but when in doubt, zoom out.
When in doubt, zoom out.
So if you got all this fear, you just pan back and go, oh, it's actually up 80% over the last 5 years when you look at it a different way.
Yeah.
Instead of zooming into the one little dip that's over a 5-day period freaking out.
Yeah.
So perspective definitely helps. And you have the benefit of that, having invested in it for 30 plus years.
You were sitting here at the same desk you and I were when the Fauci pandemic hit and the market went down like 50% or something, 57, dove, right? We had this 2-month chart that just dove off the cliff for 2 months. And everybody's like, oh, the pandemic's ruined the economy. The economy will never. Is the economy ruined?
No.
Hello?
We were back to record highs.
Does anybody remember predicting the end of the world I remember people predicting the end of the world. It's the U.S. will never recover from Fauci. We'll never make it. He killed it. No. Not even Fauci could kill it. So there you go.
It's too strong. Can't hold us down.
Sorry, y'all. It was disappointing for those of you that wanted the end of the world to come and didn't happen for you.
It's important to note the stock market does not actually represent the economy one for one. It's a part of.
That's true. 54% of the gross domestic product is small business. Has absolutely nothing to do with the stock market.
You're not going to find it on the S&P.
No, thank God. But yeah,
that's how Dave likes it.
We're gonna invest, and we're gonna invest When it's up, we're going to invest. When it's down, we're going to invest, and we're going to invest, we're going to invest, and then we're going to look up, and we're going to be worth millions of dollars. Hello. This is how you do it, boys and girls.
Don't jump off the roller coaster.
Please, not in the middle of the ride. Oh, my goodness. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
I just have a question about home repairs and basically the route we should go on if we are trying to knock debt, but we do currently live in a home that is proving to be not actually livable.
Are we talking like black mold, or is it like I don't like the kitchen?
No, we're talking about extensive mold. When we got testing done, it didn't come back as anything majorly toxic, but obviously it's just not currently ideal situation to live in.
So that's interesting to me. So you got it tested and they said it's not overly toxic. Does that just mean they can remediate it, move on, and no one's concerned?
They can remediate it, but the problem is the space that was added onto the house before we moved in was improperly ventilated. We actually didn't know this, but they built on top of a crawl space, and then they just sort of tapered it off. And so there's a portion of the house that's not actually a true crawl space, but there was no moisture barrier. So now the support beams under that part of the house have completely rotted away with the mold, and our floor caved in. That part of the house is not habitable. Got you.
So how much does it cost to fix it? Fix all of it?
The remediation alone would be between $6,000 and $8,000, but that does not include demo and to rebuild it. And we actually don't know if that includes mold that has traveled up into the sheetrock or if it's strictly underneath the floor.
Got you. Okay, so now hit us with the hammer of why you can't afford this and why this is a.
Well, we potentially could be looking at thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're just wondering what route should we go? Do we take out a loan to try and get this fixed? Do we everything that we've searched, it keeps pulling up HELOC, and we're uncertain about that. So we just don't know what route to take here. Insurance is not going to cover it either way.
Do you have any money anywhere? Like, do you have any money saved anywhere?
We have a little bit in 401k. We have a little bit in savings, but not much.
What's in savings?
It would be just around a couple of thousand. It's not much at all.
Like 3,000 or like 1,200?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, well, you're halfway there for the remediation. That's the good news.
True.
And we know it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. So could this happen over the course of the next, 90 days and you guys cash flow it? Could you save up $1,000 or $2,000 a month out of your paychecks?
Absolutely not.
What do you guys take home every month?
I'm not sure of the exact number that we take home, but yearly between the two of us, we probably only make about $75,000.
Okay, so here's where I want to challenge you, because I asked you a question and George asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to what I would say are pretty basic numbers, Courtney, which is how much do you have in savings and how much do you make every month, which that lets me know you don't have much of a budget.
We don't.
Okay,
not
which
much
also...
of a budget. There's a little bit of backstory there. We have had some issues in the past, and for that reason, we did keep our finances separate. So I'm tallying numbers here, and this is something that we are working towards. That's a separate issue.
Okay,
we are working towards that goal, but these are roughly around the numbers that we would be working with.
So you're separating the money, but it's not you having all the control over the money or him having all the control over the money. You're managing your own. Is that what
Correct.
I hear?
Correct.
Okay. That being said, it doesn't change the fact I still think that you need a budget, and he needs a budget.
Definitely.
And I think when you do that, because right now you really can't answer George's question. You don't know if there's extra margin you could pull together.
There's not $1,000. I can almost guarantee I could find you $1,000 if I looked at your bank statements and helped you create a budget.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to encourage you that it is possible to do this, making $75,000 a year.
So what do we do about the literal floor being, we cannot use that part of the house?
I mean, what are you doing today? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I could only hear it with both of you.
Well, I'm just wondering, you haven't been able to use it. What was it used for previously, if anything?
That was our bedroom.
So where are you guys living right now or sleeping?
Well, I am currently in the living room.
Like on a couch? Is there an air mattress in there? What's the situation?
We tried to move our bed into the living room, and it wasn't working out. So we tried to move it into a back part of the house, and ultimately the couch was a better option.
Are there kids involved?
Yes.
Okay, how many kids?
1.
Okay, and their bedroom's intact?
Yes.
But mom and dad are hanging out in the living room?
Yes.
That's an adventure. That's a story you'll be able to tell one day to your kids.
It's a camping trip.
It's an adventure,
so
for sure.
could you survive this for another 6 months?
We've been living like this for 5 years.
Well, I'm sorry, 5 years?
Yes.
Wait a second.
So this issue has been happening for 5 years, and we're just now doing something about it?
No, this has been, like I said, there's been some other issues in other areas that don't deserve any time on the air.
Okay.
But now that we have worked through some of those issues and we are trying to get on top of finances, we just truly don't know where to go. And we've only recently started. My husband recently started the Dave Ramsey plan, and so we're on the right track. But it's been really hard to try and convince him that taking out some sort of loan or something somewhere to get this fixed is a good idea, because right now he's really wrapped up in the idea of knocking out all debt, knocking out everything. But ultimately,
so you want to take out the loan and he doesn't?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I'm hearing. There's discomfort going on. You've experienced something in your relationship. You don't have to mention it on air, but whatever that is, that has been very uncomfortable. And now you've had this thing pop up in your home, the mold and the issue with the, I don't know, joist. Is that what they're called? I don't know, the wooden beam. And that's uncomfortable, and you're trying to get the money, and that's separate. So that's uncomfortable. There's a lot of uncomfortability going on. And now you called this show and we're asking you to do something else that is potentially quite uncomfortable for a longer period of time. And I think you're probably just experiencing a fatigue in that area of,
100%.
Can I just please have a simple solve, guys? Can you just make it easy for me? And unfortunately, debt can look like the simpler, it can look like the solution, it can look like the easy button, but you've just told us you've been through some things. And if you turn around and add this debt to the equation, yes, maybe you get the thing fixed tomorrow, but now you've got this huge amount of debt hanging around your neck that you guys have to get on the same page on financially, which you're not, in order to pay off. And I can tell you, it's probably going to be easier for you guys to lock arms and pay for something in cash than it is going to be for you guys to lock arms and pay off this debt, because your money's separate. So he pony up the cash, you pony up the cash, and you guys get this thing paid for in cash.
I'm on team husband. HELOCs are only going to give you permission to do the stupidest things, like take this mold situation and go, you know what? Full kitchen reno. They're giving us $100,000. Don't do this, Courtney. It's going to be hard, but more debt is only going to make your situation more difficult.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.
Brought to you by YRefi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefi.com/Ramsey.
All right. Today's question comes from Melody in Virginia. She says, my husband and I are in our early 40s and got married last year. While we were dating, my husband bought a house for us. I participated in the whole process, and he paid the down payment and the mortgage until we got married. We have joint accounts. All that we make goes there, and we treat all income as ours. We worked together to pay off the debt we brought into the marriage. My husband recently became very ill and agreed to do some estate planning. I asked him to add me to the house, deed, and mortgage, but he wants to just stipulate in his will that the house will be mine if something happens to him. I don't care about the house itself, but while I made sure to put him as a beneficiary for everything that is mine, he has friends and family as beneficiaries for what is his. Am I wrong in feeling off about this whole situation?
Yeah.
I would definitely feel off about this. The truth is, okay, so let's talk about the will thing first, because if you were like, hey, I'm not on the deed and there's no will, that would really be a problem, just looking at it as that. Because I'd say, well, if especially since you guys bought this thing before you were married, it could go to probate depending on what state you're in.
Yeah.
And it would take time for it to really iron out and go to you. The other thought is, but there is a will. Then my next thought is like, have you seen the will? Because I want to see it with my eyeballs on it for real.
Yeah.
So, because if not, depending on what your state is, again, there could be an issue there. Then there's the relational side of what's going on here. Like, why doesn't he want that? And I also want to know, well, why are your friends and family on the other assets? Like, what is it? What could it be? A 401k? Anything else? A savings account? Anything else that would have a beneficiary?
That would be in his name exclusively that she couldn't be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what stands out to me, and I'm going to read a lot into this, but this is just what stands out to me. You're in your 40s. You've only been married for a year. It sounds like there's something previous that's playing into this. Like, maybe there was a previous spouse or a previous relationship and he has trust issues. Something is going on there. I find that when people are later in life in those relationships, there tends to be more walls up.
Yeah, more bad experiences that happen with life. And because of that, people get protective and they want to protect themselves, which in one case is totally understandable. But also, as it plays out in the health of the marriage, it ends up being more detrimental than beneficial. And that's where you guys have to like really get on the same page. So unless, to your point, that he promised his brother that he would help pay for the brother's kids' college.
Right.
I don't know. It's like there's something there that makes sense to you, but for you not even to understand why, that's a bigger problem to me. You need to know that. Jade, I was stopped by somebody recently out and about, and she was very kind, but she was like, "Can I just ask you a quick question?" I was like, "Sure." But she was saying that her and her husband are working their way out of debt. She has, I think, like maybe, I can't remember the exact word, maybe $20,000 left in her name because they're her student loans.
Okay.
And they were going to go and refinance the house. Well, if they put her name on the deed in the refinance, then they're not going to get as good of a rate because of her credit score and everything. Yeah. And so she was like, "We want to refinance, but should we hold off till we're debt free, or could we go ahead and refinance and my name not be on the deed, but I could put it on the deed after I'm, get out of debt." Anyways, it was this whole situation. And I told her, I was like, I mean, yes, you want your name on the deed eventually. And if it's not, it needs to be in the will, like what you're saying. But I think the ownership aspect of both being on the deed is important, but also in a short term, if it doesn't make financial sense, save the money and then put your name later if your name is in the will for it. You know what I mean?
Just in case makes sense. Yeah.
Just in case something happens to him. Because the whole point, again, of sharing assets, yes, is from a tactical standpoint. So we want to be smart about that. But it's also from an ownership perspective and a unity perspective.
And depending on the state, I don't want to get this wrong, but depending on the state, let's say that the house was bought, it was bought pre-marriage, it was bought in his name. Technically, let's say that he passed away and there was debt that she didn't know about it. That house, depending on the state, could be treated as an asset and they could sell the house to pay the debt.
That's right.
So this is important. You know what I mean? It's important, A, to know your state law. B, it's important to make sure that these assets are protected because it's probably the thing that they have that's their biggest asset that has the ability to generate the most money for her if she were to sell it. So this is an important issue.
Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Dave and John. So I got two questions. One, I like to know if you think I can go part-time for my job. And number two, it's kind of a psychological question for JD. I can't ever approve of any of my family members spending extra money, even though I make a really good salary. So, like, for example...
Hold on. Dinner, before we get going, I'm going to cut you off. We're going to get our language right, okay?
Okay.
You can. You've chosen not to, okay? So you choose not to let your family spend anything, even though you got a great salary. Go ahead. Keep going.
Gotcha.
Keep going.
That makes sense.
Keep going.
So, yeah, the example is, like, if we go out to dinner and the kids want an extra drink, I'll say yes, but inside of me, I'm like... Man, that extra $3 we could have saved.
Did you grow up without any?
Yeah, I grew up poor.
There you go.
I mean, I wouldn't say poor. I would say okay. I mean, I saw my parents bring us up from a one-bedroom apartment, and then made their money, and they saved and saved. I mean, they didn't know the definition
Mark, give yourself some grace. Your nervous system is wired up this way. Money's a scary thing that divides families, causes mom and dad to act scary, that bounces around from one-bedroom apartments to a house to this and that. That's in your nervous system. The challenge for you is to recognize, hey, we used to not be safe, and now we are. So that doesn't mean my kids get everything. That's been my approach, because I grew up in a scary financial situation growing up, and my challenge has been my kids. They can have everything they want whenever. I got to wheel that back too, because I'm going to create monsters if I'm not careful, right? But what that means is when they say, "Hey, Dad, I'm still hungry. Can I get another taco?" And I go, "Sure, buddy," and that my heart starts beating. I have to know inside I'm practicing something new, and that is we're okay. And I've never had that before, but I'm going to practice. We weren't okay, but we are now. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but the more you're mindful of it, the more you accept it, the more your body goes, all right, we're okay now. And you can start being strategic. So go into the money part with Jade. How we doing?
I mean, this is an absurd thing. I mean, I'm worth 7.3.
Bro, it's not absurd. You're running for your life. Okay, that's a little absurd. You're pretty wealthy.
I mean,
I have rental properties, all paid for, value at $2 million, bringing in, I would say net $8,000 a month. I'm a physician. I'm one of those weird physicians that Dave always describes. You know, I paid off my loans in my first year out. I've been out for about 20 years.
Good.
Yeah,
so you just need to loosen the purse strings, is what you're saying, because you have plenty of money.
I mean, I'm just so wound up, and it does affect my relationship with my wife.
Can I give you one more thing real quick? As a physician, we're going to run up against the clock. I'm going to make sure Jade's got a second to speak in here. But as a physician, if you live an anxious life, always solving other people's problems, and you're doing surgeries and you're seeing sick people over and over and over again, sometimes an anxiousness response is to grab any variable you can and hang on for dear life. And I may wonder if your money, if your net worth is this thing I can control. When you have a job that's out of control, you got family, you got fires in your community. If this is a way to grab on to control, and maybe the path forward is practicing opening your hand up. Jade,
that's a mic drop. Like I feel like that's a mic drop. I don't see any money issues here. Show me where the money problem is. You talked about maybe going part-time.
Go part-time, homie.
Yeah.
Hey, what about how much
I want to go part-time because I want to spend more time with my family.
Okay, done.
So it's going to reduce my income, my take-home. I mean, because I live in the state of Hawaii, and they take a lot.
Yeah.
So my annual is going to drop down from, say, $390 down to $220, working 3 days a week.
No, you can't do it, Mark. I'm just kidding, Mark. You're good.
Do it.
You're all good.
Do it. And if you carry any debt on any of these properties, pay it off. Like, make your life as simple as possible financially. And I love the idea that you've worked hard enough that you get to work part-time and spend more time with your family. Embrace that. I think it's excellent.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. James is in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, James.
Hey, how's it going today, Dave?
Better than I deserve, sir. What's up?
So, Dave, first thing first, I want to say thank you for answering the call. And so me and my wife just started a new job. I just started a new job, so I went to go get a second vehicle. Basically, I got the vehicle, has high interest rates. It's going at $9.41 a day. And after looking at that, I just made the first payment not too long ago. And I'm like, hey, I got to get rid of this thing. I just started listening to you probably for the last 2 weeks. And I need help. We're looking to start that path of being debt-free and, trying to save for a home. Our son is 3, so.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So how much you owe on this car?
$14,476.
And what's your household income?
$75,000.
And how much other debt do you guys have, not counting your house?
So we have one other car, which has $13,000 left on it, and she has student loans for about $15,000.
Okay. All right. So it's $45,000 would have you be completely debt free.
Yes, sir.
And out of 75. So if you were to do that over 2 years, that'd be about $22,000 a year. So roughly $2,000 a month. You get on a really, really tight budget, and you have no life and no vacations, and you don't go out to eat, and you sell so much stuff the kid thinks he's next. And your friends that are broke think you've joined a cult because you don't have a life. And for 2 years, you get out of debt. And it's going to be $2,000 a month on this debts.
Right.
And you list your debts smallest to largest, pay minimum payments on everything but the little one, and attack the little one with a vengeance. Now, it sounds like that your car and her car are about the same price, and the student loans are about the same balance. The student loans slightly above. Now, is the interest rate on the new one ridiculous?
Yeah, 24%.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah.
Well, the good news is
scenarios where
so we're going to put it first because it's a tie with your wife's car on the balance roughly, and you're going to pay that thing off in about 7 months.
Okay.
Because you're getting hammered.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the lesson you learned about buying that car?
Oh, man, honestly, I'm going to be honest, Dave. I've been wanting to go ahead and just sell it, figure out a way to sell it, and take, right now we're on baby step 1, where we're trying to save $1,000 for emergency fund, but I've been trying to sell it just to try to buy a car cash, and, you know.
All right, if you want to do that, that's okay. That'd be fine. But you can get it paid off real fast if you lean into it and you just stop your life. No life.
All right.
No life. Cut everything out. I mean, food, lights and water, and that's it, And we're going to pay off debt. That's how you get out of debt, is complete and total focus like that. So I'm going to help you. The lesson you should learn from this is interest rates matter, number one. So getting screwed at 24% is a dumb idea. That will keep you broke your whole life. Number two, you impulse the crud out of this. This was a complete impulse. You didn't even look at it until you got home, and then you wanted to chew your arm off when you looked at the bill you were holding in your hand because you felt so dumb, okay? And that's what happens when we impulse something big. I've done it. I've done the same thing where I impulse something, particularly something big. You don't feel it when it's a stick of gum. If you impulse a biscuit, that's not a problem, right? But when you impulse a freaking car, it'll kill you. You have to go slow on big purchases, fast on small purchases, and make good, wise decisions, and, of course, pay cash for everything from this point forward. So either sell it, dump it, and then work your way through your debt snowball and then pay cash for a better car, or just work and pay it off really, really fast. It'll be the first thing in your debt snowball because it's basically a tie for the smallest. Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Kristen starts this hour in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Better than we deserve. What's up in your world?
Well, thank you for taking my call. So my husband of 16 years passed away 2 months ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Y'all are young. How old was he?
I'm 39. Mm-hmm. We have 5 children, and he was 46.
Wow.
So
what happened?
Well, he had been battling cancer for 3 years, and then he had a really intensive radiation treatment to his liver, and then he had some neck issues, so was on lots of pharmaceuticals. So with that and the disease and the treatment, his body just gave out.
Yeah.
So
I'm so
it
sorry.
happened very quick. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So I never paid a bill in 16 years, and so I'm left to steward our 5 children and all of our finances. And I want to steward it well, but I'm feeling zero confidence without him leading in this area.
Yeah, because he was in charge of it for all of that time.
Yes, 100% in charge.
How old are your babies?
My oldest is 15, and my youngest is 4.
So was there insurance that came about?
Yes, and that is actually my primary question is, So he had a few life insurance policies, and I was going to tell you what debts we had and to see if it's better. I remember him telling me a long time ago to take the insurance money and pay off the mortgages. But I know we've refinanced since then, and obviously situations, it's just different now. So I wanted a non-biased opinion on what would be.
Well, you called the wrong place for that. We're extremely biased.
No.
But we're biased to try to help you. So how much insurance was there?
Okay, it's going to be about $720,000.
And how much debt do you have?
So we have 3 mortgages. Our primary mortgage, the value is $496, and the payoff is $267. Okay. Now our rate is 2.65.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
So to pay it off,
you said the value of the house is $500.
Yes.
And you owe two what?
6.7.
Okay. Do you have any other debt other than that mortgage? You said you had 3 mortgages.
Yeah. So we have 2 rental properties that actually. We net about $1,200 a month on them.
What is the value? What's the equities in those properties? Give me the value of rental property number 1 and the mortgage on rental property number 1.
Okay. It's $319.
$319 value, and the mortgage on that one is
$109.
Okay, and the other one is valued at what?
$231.
Okay, and the value is what? I'm sorry, the mortgage is what?
$231. We owe $88 on it.
88. Okay.
Oh wow.
So you got a little bit of equity, not a ton, in both of them, but you could pay off everything and still have a substantial amount of money left.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, who was handling all the tenants and the landlording? He was.
Yes, he was.
Okay, so we have 2 complicated things here that you have to learn in a cram course. How to handle the monthly personal finance issues at home and learn how to be a landlord.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I do have a lot of family here.
I don't care. I mean, it's nice that they're there, but they're not going to do it for you. They're not going to do it for you.
Well, do you want to be a landlord?
No.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. The good thing is, the rent.
You've been a full-time mom all this time?
Yes, and I actually just got my master's last year, and I am actually a counselor. I'm a counselor.
Cool.
Okay. So you have the ability to create some income.
I do.
Okay. All right.
And so I do have, I'm going to have Social Security, and I have a better idea now what that's going to look like for me and the kids.
Okay. Jay, jump in anywhere you want here, but I'm pretending like at this moment that you're my little sister.
Okay, yes, I love that.
And if you were my little sister, what would I tell you to do? I personally love real estate. I own a bunch of it. But it sounds to me like you don't need landlording on top of 5 kids and trying to learn how to handle money for the first time in 16 years.
That's what I would say.
So I'm probably selling these 2 houses for one reason and one reason only, and that's to simplify your life.
Okay.
Your life doesn't need to be any more complicated in the middle of the pain and the newfound stress of having to handle some other stuff.
Plus, you said they cash flow $1,200 a month combined.
Yeah, that's not much.
You can go out and make that and way more. I don't think it's. Do you see what I'm saying?
So if you were to sell those, take the money from those and pay off your home, you'd have $700,000 to invest. And sit down with a SmartVestor Pro with some mutual funds, create an investment account. You've got a pile of money coming in for Social Security for the 5 kids. You can use that money, the money you earn as a counselor, and a little bit of money off the $700, and easily, mathematically, by the math would be easy, not the life, but the math would be. You could easily take care of your family.
Yes. Yes.
And that's really what I want. I don't want you dealing with some tenant.
Okay. Yeah. I do have on my car. I owe $20,000.
Well, pay it off. Pay it off today.
Okay.
What else do you have? Right. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It was a 3-year. Just
and never borrow money again.
Okay.
That's rule number 1. Because you have a paid-for house, a paid-for car, 5 kids, and a big old pile of money, and you're going to live on less than you make, so that this is sustainable into perpetuation.
Okay.
and then you've taken care of yourself. Now, here's what we're going to do, okay?
Okay.
You mentioned steward, which is typically a word used by people of faith. So you're a person of faith, I assume.
100%.
Okay. So are we. And my book that my Heavenly Father gave me told me to take care of widows. So you're going to be taken care of. We're going to put you into Financial Peace University, into Every Dollar, and I'm going to assign one of our Ramsey coaches to you to get you up and get you trained and help you get sustainable with your knowledge, and it's all on us.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, honey.
Merry Christmas.
I'm so sorry you're going through this, but we're going to walk with you, okay?
Thank you so much.
You hold on. The team will pick up and get you taken care of. Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.